Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Welcome to something a little different. Today I want to talk about collecting, or more specifically displaying your collection, or even more specifically different types of card display stands. There are good ones out there, there are bad ones out there. We're going to do some comparisons today, but most importantly, I want to introduce you to a product that I think is hands down the best one out there. I fairly recently discovered these and I just fell in love with them. They are so freaking good. I'm not being paid to say this. I just genuinely wanted to share this on the channel in case people didn't know about these, and trust me, after watching this video, you will love them too. You will want them too if you don't already have them. Something every collector needs. If you don't already have these in your house, I think you are massively missing out. All right, let's get started. Let's move these out of the way here real quick. Magnetic holder stands. These are pretty good at what they do. They fit magnetic holders perfectly, of course. But the problem with these is that they only do one job. For example, you can't fit a top loader in here. So right away, a bit of an issue. You can only do one thing with these. They only do one job. Now these are better in that regard because you can fit different types of items on here, but they have so many issues as well, and I'll explain that in just a second. Most people have these in their house. You see these a lot in YouTubers' backgrounds. I've used these for the longest time before I discovered this new one. I really do not like these at all. Now this one over here, this is the one I would recommend, the one I recently discovered that I fell in love with. It's from a Japanese company called Kawashima Seisakusho, I think. It comes in like this little set of two. It's called the TCG, T-stand. And it is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. For multiple reasons, okay? So, first of all, it is adjustable. You can change the angle. You can pop this out in the back and you have a few different options to choose from. And depending on where you put it, you can make the angle steeper or flatter. Now, why does this matter? Why is this important? Well, the way a card displays in your collection depends on the angle. Is it up on a shelf? Is it on your desk? Is it on a sideboard next to the computer? Where are the lights in your room? Do you have the cards in like a display case with LED lights? All this depends person to person. The angle of the camera right now, let's say this is how I look at the card most of the day. Well, it would look like this. The holofoil pops, looks really nice. Well, let's say it wasn't adjustable and the angle was much steeper. The card would look like this. It looks like a different card. It looks so flat, and that's because of the angle of the camera and where my lights are in my setup. And so depending on where you put your cards in your collection, they can just look better or worse. And having an adjustable stand makes that much better. It's so much more versatile. It's just a better way of doing it. I'm editing this in to demonstrate this a little bit better. Imagine this is your display case or something, and you want to display a card. You get these stands, and you grab a top loader with your favorite card inside. You put it down, and then it kind of looks like that. Imagine this is your room light, or a desk light, or the LED light in your display case, and you're just battling with this really annoying reflection. Maybe, you can point the card sideways, but no one wants to look at a card sideways. There's really not much you can do. You're stuck with this angle. Well, take a T-stand, for example. Well, you might be dealing or battling with the same problem. However, because they are adjustable, if we look at this one, you can see the angle is quite steep. This angle is a bit more flat. I put it all the way in the back, and we put the card right here. Boom, look at that difference. There you go, night and day. Now, the second reason why the T-stand is so much better than these types is because not only is it adjustable, but you can fit more comfortably different types of products on the stand. Let me demonstrate that. So we've already looked at, these different types of holders or whatever. But let's go and look at like a raw card in a sleeve or without a sleeve. Let's say you want to display something in your video and you don't want the sleeve obstructing, the card. Well, here I don't feel uncomfortable putting the card on the stand because it has this very nice smooth groove. Whereas with this one, if I put the card on here, it's kind of leaning up against the angle here. It's not a huge issue, but if you just remove it in the wrong way, you might damage the card. If you're careful, it's not going to matter at all, but it's just another little advantage that this one has. But not just with loose cards. Let's say you want to display some booster boxes. I think it's very common. A lot of people have sealed booster boxes in their collections these days, and they want to display them. Well, you can just stand them up like this, sure, or you can put them in an acrylic case, but those are expensive. Well, with the T-stand, with booster boxes, I like to put the little back wall all the way into the back to have like the flattest angle. And then again, I feel comfortable putting it on here because of the smooth groove. And just put like a VMS Climax box on here, and bam. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Now, It also works for bigger booster boxes, of course, no issue at all. If you're uncomfortable with this pushing up against the back of the booster box, well, you can take two. You can just take two of them and you can distribute the weight just a little bit more, feel a bit more safer. Of course, you could probably put a booster box in this thing, but man, I wouldn't want my booster box leaning up against those sharp corners. I mean, if I put the booster box on here, you know, the top is fine, this is fine, but down here, I don't know about that. Like long term, I don't want to damage their shrink wrap, right? And then the other thing is these are really unstable. If I put a booster box on here, oh, I'm not even going to attempt. And it actually brings me to the third point. The third reason why the T-stand is so superior, and that's the stability. The biggest problem with these that I found when I used these in my collection for a long time is that they are extremely unstable. So we're going to do some testing now, right? I got this graded card. Nice little Blastoise EX PSA 9. Graded cards. A lot of people put their graded cards onto these types of stands. You see it in a lot of pictures online and a lot of YouTubers' backgrounds. A lot of people do this. I did this too for the longest time. But the big problem is that they are so bloody damn unstable. And I always hated that when I use these. You put the graded card on here and yeah, like this, it's fine, right? But you just hit it in the wrong way and boom, good night. Sorry, Mewtwo and Mew. They are so extremely unstable. It's just awful. Now, there are some of these that have like a little better angles and might be a little bit more stable, but generally speaking, these types of stands just are way too unstable. Booster packs, same story. I have these in these protective cases. They are from the same company. You get like the thin ones and the thick ones. Same story, just like the graded cards. You put these on here and, you know, they might seem okay and kind of stable-ish enough, but then you just, you know, you touch them the wrong way a little bit and they just topple over. Just like a little bit, then it's good night. Well, the T-stand is significantly better. It's just a more stable product. You know, if I hit this hard enough, eventually it will fall over. But like I can move this around like this comfortably, and the graded cards is just fine. Now, the more top-heavy something is, the more this will be a problem. Like, and these as well with like the very smooth bottom surface. I probably can't move this one around as much. But even this, it's just so much more stable. There you go, it just like slid off. But compared to this thing, man, it's like night and day. There, I hit him about with the same strength. It's just, I don't know. Let's switch them around just so we have an equal, like, fair comparison. I'll try and hit them with about the same strength. There we go. I'm demolishing my background here, but I think that was a really good example. Far, far superior. And again, it goes with anything, you know. Cards and card savers, same story. You put them on here, it works fine, but then you touch them the wrong way and boom, good night. Or like, let's say you have stuff like this as well, you know. It's just so simple and it's so stable. You don't have to worry about it whatsoever. Once again, with this as well, I don't want to put this on these like sharp angles, little things like that. All right, so I think that sums it up. I don't think I have much else to talk about. I have a bunch of these in my collection that I use. You might have seen these in my like recent videos. I started using these and it's so much better, especially making videos. Oh my God, I'm not even talking about making videos. Goodness. Like if you move stuff around in front of the camera for your recording, these are so much better than these bloody unstable messes. Or you take pictures for eBay or something, you know, you just switch cards around in front of the camera. Having more stable stands is just the way to go. All right, that's it. That's all for this video. I hope I was able to demonstrate why these are so freaking good. I have more of these just in case, the T-stand. You can find these super cheap on Amazon Japan. Next time you order something from Amazon, just throw a bunch of these in your cart. Maybe you can even find them domestically. They're also in like pretty much all the Japanese card stores. Yeah. They are so bloody damn good. I love them, I love them, love them. Highly recommend them. Once again, not being paid to say this, just a product that I think is so good. It beats all the other ones. There's another one I found on Amazon that is adjustable, but it has those same kind of sharp corners, sharp angles, just like this one. So I think this one is definitely better. Anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you learned something new, found out about a cool new product. These are so freaking good. I love them. Go buy them. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. And leave a comment down below. Let me know. Have you known about these before? Do you already own some of them? Or do you maybe want to buy some? I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for that too, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.